It's your girl Bruja Africana coming to y'all with another tarot reading. Go ahead and do what we do at the beginning of the video. Like, subscribe, and share my videos. Thank you all for the new subscribers. Thank you all for that. I really appreciate you following me and getting down with the mess that I put out here, honey. Now, after y'all have subscribed to my channel and done all the things that I need y'all to do to keep my channel rolling and to continue to encourage me to continue to record, I need y'all to share these videos. I need y'all to bring me some subscribers. We're very close to some things changing on my channel, and I want to introduce some new things to the channel. But I think I want to save that until we got a little bit more viewers so that we can get a lot more popping. And per the usual, we're going to be doing tarot readings. We're not going to only do celebrity readings, but right now y'all just want these celebrity readings. So I'm trying to give y'all what y'all want. And since we are speaking of celebrities, y'all, we're going to talk about Puff and this spiritual contract that he got going on, part 2. So I gave y'all part 1, and I didn't pull very many cards on it because all I needed to see was that he was in the bed with the devil. As such, he is now. What spirit is it? I don't know. When I pull on the spirits that, and just let me say this reading is about Puff. You know, he's got this whole situation going on with these allegations and things that are coming out, but this isn't going to be, the allegations that are coming out are not the only thing that are going to come out about Puff and surrounding Puff. For years, we'll say almost 30 years, Puff has been untouchable. He has been in a sea of his own. Living it up. The King of Cups, he's been very selfish in his taking, and he's been selfish in the things that he's been getting. There is the energy that suggests that somebody may have released or unleashed voodoo on him because he did not return them folks' masters in a fashion to where that they could profit off of their music from the 90s and the early 2000s. There's that energy. There's also the energy of him destroying these women. And while I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying that he's innocent, because he's not. What I am saying in that situation is there are a lot of willing participants who knew that pussy was Puff's weakness, or sex, let me say that. The spirit that he opened the door up to knew that sex was a weakness, and beautiful women are beautiful humans, because let's keep it a buck. Puff's a freak. If a male is pretty enough, he may take him to bed. So the spirit that Puff opened himself up to knew that this was one of his weaknesses, and as a lot of trickster spirits are, they'll present you with everything that you want and every desire that you may have. And I'm not saying that I'm above some shit, but I pray that I'm morally strong enough to withstand whatever spirit this is that Puff aligned himself with. Because while he got a lot, and I'm damn, that spirit gave him a whole lot. This man is a billionaire. He has enough money to pay for every one of these woes that are coming up. He has the money to take care of anything that's coming his way. But the problem is he became full of himself with this spirit. Let me pull these down really quickly and explain this devil and this King of Cups energy that I was getting specifically on these cards. Now, Puff began to feel full of himself because more and more things had been granted to him from these spirits, or specifically from this spirit. Yeah, we can say it's the Baphomet. Let's say, for argument's sake, to name the spirit, let's say he was praying to the Baphomet, or he prays to the Baphomet. And while we know that the Baphomet does not mean for evil things to happen, the Baphomet is there to help and assist you, and basically to enhance the character that's already there. See, that Capricorn energy that Puff presents, that is his rising sign. That is who he truly is. That spirit affixed itself to that. So what is that saying? It makes no sense to gain the world and lose your soul. Puff may be in the stages of where he gave his soul away, basically sold his soul, so that he can attain all of the worldly riches that he desired, and he did. Well, again, he became full of himself in some aspect. And, when you're dealing with spirits, you got to behave, or them spirits will spank your ass. It don't matter who you are, what kind of money you got, none of that. These spirits tell you, if I do A, B, C, D, and E for you, you're going to do the rest of the alphabet for me when I request it. And I believe this is what has occurred. And instead of Puff playing ball, doing what he knows that he has to do, he got full of himself and started neglecting his duties. As I told y'all, spiritually, when you climb in the bed with these spirits, you have obligations now. And Puff felt like he was justified in not necessarily doing what he needed to do. The joke is he didn't pay the Illuminati bill, and that's exactly what it is. There's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, stating that he didn't keep up his offerings. He didn't continue to pay his spiritual offering. He didn't continue to do what he was instructed to do. So now he's in a position to where is that he's losing, or he's fighting a battle, and he's like, yo, how do I come from up under this? You supposed to be my man. You supposed to be rocking with me and fucking with me. What do I do? So after the things have been settled, or maybe the spirit gave him some options to redeem himself, if you will. And Puff has been like maybe trying to drop money here and there, or trying to make things right by settling these cases and getting them done quickly. But the spirits are saying with the Nine of Cups, that's not enough. In fact, the Nine of Cups is in reverse in the situation with the Ace of Pentacles. It's not enough. They're saying there's another option that we need you to explore, and there's something else. There's another side of the coin that you need to reconsider. So while I clear these cards away, I'm going to keep this Devil card present because that's where it is. Puff has gotten in the bed with the Devil, and now his shit is starting to hit the fan. And what's going on is this is a bit of karma for Puff. Puff, and I'm not going to pull too many from this other deck, but I'm just going to pull those to have like explanation cards, if you will, or clarification cards. Puff being who he was with that Scorpio energy on that King of Wands being present, he felt like he could do anything. This spirit emboldened him to be able to think that, yo, I'm untouchable. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I'm going to do, whatever. Because that spirit had been holding him down, Puff was able to come through and hurt a lot of people. Not only just women, he's hurt a lot of men. And I'm not saying in a sexual manner. Again, y'all gonna take it and run with that way. Run with it that way anyway. So if you interpret it as I'm saying that he done fucked over some men sexually, then that's what it is. But what I'm saying is Puff has hurt a lot of people with this Queen of Swords here. And that spirit helped him do that. But because Puff forgot his place, so to speak, the spirit had tapped that ass and started making him lose and started embarrassing him. And Puff is like, all right, I need to move beyond this because he knows this is karma. Like I said, these cards are almost repeating themselves because here we are with the with the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Swords present. Puff knows that his ego has gotten him into trouble, and he knows that he needs to do some work really fast because them coins is being affected, baby. And when them coins is affected in that bottom line, it begins to make certain people doubt who you are. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Carisha came up heavy in this reading, and this reading is getting ready to take a very dark turn. And I just want y'all to hear me when I say that. We need to keep Carisha uplifted in prayer. Not that I'm saying that Puff is doing anything directly to her right now. But because there's a warning in this reading, we need to surround Carisha with some prayers and make sure that we uplift that sister and make sure that we speak life over her, y'all, okay? But let's keep going. Anyway, he's concerned with, not only the way that people view him or that grounding or that solidness that Puff once had in hip-hop. He's worried about that. People are beginning to doubt that, or people already doubted it. People already had their skepticism about Puff anyway. People already thought, look at that, y'all, the root cause of it. I love these cards because they always point out the chakra that's aligned with it. The root of whatever is going on with Puff or the things that are going on with Puff are based in evil. or in darkness. Let me not say evil because I don't want to offend nobody, but it's based in darkness. The way that Puff has been moving is dark natured. And although he knows that a lot of this is karma, this shit is a burden on this nigga. He knows that all of these women coming forward with these allegations is going to be hard for him to fight any of them because there were a lot of people that maybe bore witness to it. And whereas that they weren't saying anything at first, whatever has happened, like I said, Puff has become full of himself in some aspect. Puff had become full of himself, or to the people that are attacking him or coming against him. Because I don't want to use the word attack because a lot of this shit is warranted. Puff brought a lot of this on himself from that energy that he put out, that I am untouchable energy. But anyway, a lot of people they like, oh no, nigga, you been untouchable all this time. Let's touch you now. And there's no pedophile, no homo, no none of that shit. This is like people like, nah, we're not getting ready to let you continue to get away with the things that you've done. See, he's done a lot of things. He's done a lot of things in the dark, if you will, with the Hermit card showing up. And Puff has hurt a lot of people. But the coin has reversed itself. The karma card has reversed itself. And now the embarrassment belongs to Puff himself. Now his image is being hurt. Puff is worried about his image. He's worried about how people view him. Look at that double five of cups there. So because I know that the cups deal with emotions, I'm gonna tell y'all now, right now. He's worried about the way that he's viewed romantically too. He's worried about how he's viewed intimately. He's worried about how people, not only in romantic situations, in intimate situations, will receive him. He's worried. He's embarrassed by the way that he's allowed things to go. And although he knows that there are two sides to the coin, and there are some, like I said, some very, very, very willing participants. Puff don't want to keep going through this shit, and Puff is looking forward to moving on from this as quickly as possible. So those legal settlements that y'all are hearing, like him settling out of court, that's because he trying to get beyond this shit, because this shit is tearing his ass up, and it's tearing his life apart. And this spirit is allowing this to happen because Puff became too full of himself. Again, when you are dealing with spirits, you cannot do that. You must remain humble, and them motherfuckers will turn on you real quick, and that's exactly what they did to Puff. So they allowed him to fall for a couple weeks. I want to tell y'all this. There will never be a day that Sean Combs will be poor, okay? He will never be dirt poor. He will never be working in Walmart poor. He will never be working 9 to 5 poor, because the devil takes care of, or let me say the malevolent energies, because I'm not a Christian. The devil is a Christian problem, but this spirit, let me put it like this, malevolent energies take care of their own. And although they are allowing this shit to happen right now, at the same time, he's still valuable to them some way. So get it out of your mind that Puff gonna be somewhere broke and fucked up, y'all. This is just a process. This too shall pass. And why I say this too shall pass is because them spirits done decided, all right, nigga, we'll help you. Because again, like I said, they know that he's valuable. Puff can afford not only to bring money to buy the best offerings, he can convince people to follow them. He can convince people to do things. He can put a stop to all of this shit that's going on if he follows exactly what they say, and they'll reverse his karma. They say, all right, the spirit says, let's say the spirit. Let's put the Baphomet back up here. Spirit says, all right, I'm going to help you, nigga. Let me push these cards out the way. The spirit say, all right, nigga, you in a fucked up space. I done told your ass up as much as I need to. I done got my laughs, and now I done humbled you. The spirit like, I done humbled you, and now I'm going to open the road up and help you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to make this shit right, but you know there's a cost to it. Of course, there's a cost to it, ladies and gentlemen. See, when you're dealing with these spirits, you got to be strong in what it is that you're about to do. You got to understand that there is going to be some give and take. You got to understand that there are going to be some things that you don't want to hear, and there are going to be some things that are going to be said to open them roads up for you to the things that you want. which is why you better be goddamn sure before you hop into bed with a spirit and decide I'm going to sacrifice somebody or I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get famous, to get money, because if you don't know what you're doing, that spirit going to eat your ass alive. And not that Puff didn't know what he was doing. He again got full of himself and he forgot he had new shit going on. So like I said, the spirit say, we'll help you. But y'all see that Aquarius standing there in that food card? Okay, now follow me. Let me go and clean this shit up. They say, we'll help you out, but we want something in return. And this is where the shit gets scary and a little interesting to me, y'all. And this spirit is directly saying, we're going to get Puff out of this shit. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna make sure this shit right. We're going to come through and we're going to help him. Make sure that his money is back straight. Make sure that he's straight in hip-hop, all of that. Because, again, like I said, y'all can pull the cancel button all you want to, but at the end of the day, these spirits run this industry, and that's what it is. These spirits want something in return. And while I just told y'all, they said that everything is going to be fine for Puff. They like, what's up with that city girl of yours? See, this spirit has become very, very interested in Carisha for some reason. Not that hell, does it see an opportunity for something with Carisha? I don't know. But I know that these spirits are saying that there's an opportunity, or they seek an interest or an opportunity in Carisha. And this is what that spirit is offering. The spirit say, all right, we'll help you, but you're going to have to work with us to get what it is that we want. And this spirit is awfully interested in our city girl, y'all. Specifically Carisha, not both of them. So let's go into this. So here's the outcome of it, and the witch done spoke to Puff. Puff done went and paid his dues, and the witch done told him what the spirit is requiring of him. And unfortunately, like I said, when you get into bed with a spirit, or you get in bed with these spirits and they find something appealing about you, they are going to want something in return when they begin to give you everything that it is that you want. See, although Puff is going to come from up under this shit, and like I said, this too shall pass. Somebody got to go. Make sure I let y'all see this, because it was dragging a little bit. Somebody got to go. And what I mean by somebody got to go, somebody must be sacrificed. We have a 10 of swords, an 8 of cups, and a 4 of swords present. Now, Puff has not decided who it is that he wants to manipulate into taking this space. But since we know that he has a history of dealing with malevolent energies, we don't know who the fuck it could be, y'all. Now, I want y'all just to hear me. I'm not just saying this. This could be somebody that he cares for very, very deeply. We all know that the Queen of Cups is the mother card. Puff could have been offered to sacrifice someone who means something to him, but maybe, I don't want to say don't mean that much to him, but maybe it has to be a situation to where that is someone who Puff loves for real. Because whereas that he's done this type of work before, these are people he may have sacrificed someone who didn't mean much to him, someone who wasn't quite as important in his life. And so the spirit is now reaching back and asking him, oh my God, y'all. Carisha keeps coming up in these cards, and I'm live pulling. Now, some of them I did have set aside, but a lot of these I'm live pulling, especially these. Puff has a lot of connections. I'm going to say with that Sagittarius and that Capricorn on this Queen of Pentacles showing up. Of course, y'all like, oh, Carisha's neither one of those. She's going to show up later in her own Aquarian energy in the deck. But I want to explain why she's the Queen of Pentacles here. She's the young woman with the money. The spirit is asking about the young woman with the money. And they're propositioning him about Carisha. It's surrounding her. Dare I say, a lot of these women that are making these allegations against Puff, or maybe this is how he's going to try to spin it. A lot of these women that are making these allegations against him, maybe it is because he's doing so much for Carisha. And I'll tell y'all why. These marriage cards keep coming out about them, and I'm going to get to what I'm getting to very shortly regarding these marriage cards with him. I wonder if it's a situation if the spirit will back off if Carisha is his wife, or if he chooses a wife and it's Carisha. Will the spirit back off? But that won't necessarily benefit that spirit. So scratch that. Let me go into who I think that there is going to be a sacrifice for. I'll let y'all look at that card really good. Now, two people came to mind. Two people came to mind when I saw this. The spirit is not asking him necessarily to take somebody's head off that is really close to him. This is maybe somebody that's in the circle that's with them. It's not necessarily somebody that he gets money with. It may not even be somebody that he's fully acquainted with, or maybe just slightly acquainted with. But y'all, I'ma tell y'all, I see Jaguar right in this. I don't know if the things that she's saying are true or if the spirit just needs a body, but I believe Jaguar is the one that they are going to attempt to take out of here. If Puff takes Jaguar out, or she somehow comes up missing, or let's just say it's not Jaguar. Let's say it's a random off-key, a random celebrity that ends up dead. Whomever it is has ties to Puff, or had ties to Puff, or has maybe spoken on Puff or something. Whomever it is, they're there. They were around him some kind of way. They participated in some type of mind game or something with Puff, and he's looking back at that person. This may even be somebody close to who we thought should have been his wife in the first place, and that's Kim Porter. And I want to tell y'all, Kim Porter is showing up heavy in this reading too. But if Puff goes ahead with his sacrifice, the spirit will return unto him his gifts. But see, there's that condition. I mean, move these. There's always that condition with that Six of Pentacles with this spirit, and in the Six of Pentacles anyway. Let's reverse it the way it was. There's a condition to it. In order for Puff to get back to who he was and gain his standing back with the public, or gain his standing back in hip-hop, he's going to have to sacrifice somebody. So Puff is trying to think, who should it be? Would it be fair, if you will, for him to even consider Carisha? And these are his thoughts. Would it even be fair? You know? And speaking of Carisha, let's go back into this. Puff is in his mind trying to think about what it is that he could do to regain his standing, or to place himself back in a good place with hip-hop or with women, or whatever it is that he's trying to do. So this spirit has spun this idea for him, and this is exactly what spirit is saying to me. Puff is running with the idea. It's like maybe a reality show. You know, these folks can't do shit without reality TV. Puff is thinking of the idea of maybe running with his city girl and this idea of getting married. That's what that Justice card is about. If he makes Carisha his wife publicly, or makes it look like a love story happening between them, or opens up about their relationship, and he plays his cards just right with this story about their relationship, Puff will win, and he'll come back and he'll have his vindication with the public, because the man is a master manipulator. And if he is still dancing with this Baphomet, they are not going to lose, honey. You see that on that motherfucking magician card? I'll try my best to reach my goal. Puff gonna come back. He gonna have a comeback story. And the things that we've heard about him are going to disappear. He is making the choice on how he's going to spend this, making this relationship legal with Carisha, and using Carisha as his comeback story. See, remember I told y'all he had plans for Carisha? other plans other than being Mrs. Combs, I was wrong about that because now he needs her to be Mrs. Combs so that he can come from up under this shit that he got going on. But as I promised, I was going to pull and show y'all all sides of this reading and give y'all everything that showed up. And like I said, Kim Porter showed up. And I know a lot of y'all are like, how do you know that she showed up? First of all, there is the Sagittarius showing up. Kim Porter is a Sagittarius sun. She's a Cancer moon and a Pisces rising. Um, she showed up, and the spirits let me know that this was someone from beyond speaking. This is someone who is deceased. This is Kim Porter showing up in a stance of warning Carisha. And this is where I told y'all it became dark. Kim Porter shows up in the Temperance, the Hermit, the Death, and the Six of Swords. Not in that order. Let me put them in that order so that we can read them correctly. I mean, you can read them correctly out of order, but this is how they showed up. And this is how I knew that this was Kim Porter, and I knew that this was someone from beyond speaking or making their voice heard. I don't think Kim Porter really approves of this relationship with Puff and Carisha, and it's not for the reasons y'all think. Kim is trying to protect. She's in a stance of trying to be a protector. I also know that she's trying to protect her daughters as well, too. Kim was hurt by Puff. Here is Puff's energy showing up, and I ain't talking about just no cheating shit, y'all. Here is Kim and Puff's energy showing up with Scorpio and the Sagittarius. The eerie thing to me that shows up is the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords. And why are they eerie? That's someone that was hurt or someone that may have had their life taken, or they may feel like someone had something to do with their life being taken. And in this spread, Kim is concerned that the idea has come back to Puff to do this again to gain his standings. And unfortunately, here, like I told y'all, Carisha was showing up in the motherfucking cards. Here she is showing up as her Aquarian self. Or not as her Aquarian self, or showing up when I asked Spirit, who is it that Kim is worried about? And she's worried about Carisha being hurt by Puff. She's trying to help her. She's coming through with warnings. Like I said, I don't think that she approves. She does not approve of this relationship, and she does not want to see Carisha go down this path of maybe being his long-term lover or someone there long-term with Puff, because whereas that things are sweet and beautiful and innocent between them, and even if he does marry them, Puff is going to hurt Carisha. And in the way that he's going to hurt her, with the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords showing up, things may turn violent, or being that I've already told y'all that there is a damn spirit present. Let's hope that Puff has not been instructed by this spirit to try to take our girl out of here or make her his next hit so that he can get his life back together in front of the public. Kim is coming through warning Carisha to be very, very careful, because things will change with this man, and he's very full of himself. So the same hurt that he bestowed on her and on so many women prior to, and on so many people that have lost their lives being around Puff, Kim is warning Carisha to be careful, because surrounding Puff, things might be good, but honey, in the long run, death is imminent. Let's keep Carisha uplifted in prayer, y'all. And let's hope that he ain't trying to sacrifice her. And prayers to whoever it is that is about to be sacrificed, because there is going to be a random death that happens in hip hop. And it may be one of our favorite people, and it might not be. But that's the end of this reading, y'all. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'll get back to you with the third part.